Hey guys, welcome back to this SQL tutorial course. In this session, we will work with the if function in SQL. So the if function is an alternative to the case expression. This if function takes in a Boolean expression as the first parameter and returns the true value if the Boolean expression is evaluated to true. Similarly, returns the false value if the Boolean expression is evaluated to false. For example, let's say in the Boolean expression, we are checking if the marks scored by a student are greater than 50. And if it evaluates to true, we'll return pass. And if the Boolean expression evaluates to false, we'll return fail. So this is how the if function works. Now let's implement this if function in SQL Server. So using the if function, I'd want to check if 10 is greater than 20. And if it evaluates to true, I'll print 10 is greater than 20. On the other hand, if it evaluates to false, I'll print 10 is less than 20. So let me write the syntax for that. I'll type select. After that, I'll use the if function and pass in the first parameter, which is the Boolean expression. So 10 is greater than 20. And if it evaluates to true, I would want to print 10 is greater than 20. On the other hand, if it evaluates to false, I would want to print 10 is less than 20. I'll hit execute. Right, so what we get is 10 is less than 20. So we get this result because this Boolean expression has been evaluated to false and it is redirected over here and we get the false result, which is 10 is less than 20. Now I'll go ahead and also implement this if function on top of the employee table. So before I do that, let me actually have a glance at the employee table first. So I will type select star from employee. So we have our employee table right in front of us. Now using the if function, I'd want to add a new column employee generation, and that new column would be dependent on this age column. So if the age of the employee is greater than 30, then the new column would have a value old employee. Similarly, if the age of the employee is less than 30, then the value in the new column would be young employee. So let me write the syntax for this. I will type select and list down all of the columns which I want from the employee table. So I want the employee ID column, employee name column, employee age column. Now after this, I will use the if function to add the new column. So I'll get the first parameter, which would be the Boolean expression. So here I will check if E of age is greater than 30. And if the age is greater than 30, I would want the value to be old employee. On the other hand, if the age is less than 30, I would want the value to be young employee. Now I will name this new column as employee generation. So let me just type the name of the column employee generation over here. And I would want all of this from the table employee. Now I'll select this. I'll hit execute. Right. So we see that a new column has been added to this. And the name of this column is employee generation. So here, if you have a glance at this age value, it is 45. And the corresponding value in employee generation is old employee. Similarly, here it is 21. And since the value is less than 30, we get young employee. And these two, it is 25 and 30. And since these two values are also not greater than 30, we have young employee over here. And Matt, whose age is 33, we have the value old employee. And we have Jeff, whose age is 27. He's a young employee too. So this is how we can work with the if function in SQL. So thanks for attending the session. Let's meet in the next class.